We listen, we do not judge, okay? So if you're a young girl or boy and you starting to see that now older people are starting to get attracted to you, you're like 18, 19 years old, and honestly your prefrontal lobe is still growing, so your mind hasn't really caught up to your adult self yet. You feel me? You get what I'm putting down? So when you with somebody or you're around people, you're starting to notice people are starting to look at you like eye candy. And now you're starting to feel validated, like, wow, I'm being seen. Like, especially if you came from traumatic upbringings, or you wasn't getting enough attention when you were growing up. So now that you are growing as a woman or growing as a man, you're starting to see that a lot of older people are starting to get attracted to you. Please make sure that you check that person's soul, because it don't got nothing to do with the age. It got everything to do with the intent. What is this person's intentions on messing with you? Are they here to better you, or are they here to suck up your life force? Suck up your life force and lead you down the pits of hell, metaphorically. All right? Look at the person's track record. Has anybody they've been with elevated since being with them? Or have they just caught on mental issues? Have they been with this person and was able to really grow as a person? And then how you know a male or a woman is trying to use you and they're not right here, they're not with you for the right reasons, is if they're trying to control you. You feel me? Only you can be seen by them. Like they are not here for you. They don't want you to go out and go get your license, get your car. They don't want you to have any freedom. They're getting you everything, okay? You might look at that when you're young, like, wow, this person loves me. Like, they're over here buying me this, buying me that. Whole time they only doing that to pull you in more. Are they really trying to be a mentor to you? Are they really here for your better good? Half of the times, they're not. They see your vulnerability. They see that you're young in your prime. And a lot of them see that, and they want to take advantage of it. Now you got some older people that actually genuinely want to see you do better. They don't want to keep you controlled. They want to help you get an apartment. If you came from a place where you ain't have a home and you never had a home before, and you might got trauma with your parents, or you could be a military brat and your parents is never home, whatever the case may be, they seeing that and they're not trying to use you for it. They actually trying to help you. They actually trying to better your situation, okay? That is when you know the person is right for you. But if that person is trying to take from you, and if they got a track record of doing just people dirty, you feel me? Doing people dirty, you won't be the next one, is what I'm trying to say. You won't be the next one. Because people look at people's vulnerability, and when you're young, you're not really thinking like, this person is trying to look at me like a fresh lick, like somebody he could use, take advantage of. You seeing what he's doing or she's doing for you. They're giving you gifts. They're doing this for you. They're doing that for you. But through all of that, you're not knowing that they adding to you they adding real detrimental mental illnesses to your psyche that you're going to have to deal with later on in 24 to 25 years old when you reach that element of age. Because things are going to start to come to surface for you. The wool is off your eyes more than ever now, okay? And I'm not saying that there's no young women or men who are extremely smart, educated, and disciplined. A lot of people come from different backgrounds. They had parents that told them the game, so a lot of them are aware. But still, your frontal lobe is still growing. So you want to make sure ain't nobody tricking on you, trying to manipulate you, or trying to make it seem like they're the gatekeeper and you can't do it on your own. No, you know when a person love you is when they give you the key. Shit, they give you the key. They give you the will without the fear of thinking like, oh, this person going to leave me, or nah, I got to control this because they're young at this certain age, so I must do something to their mind, do something to her or his mind so that they can never leave me. That is when you know you're dealing with a predatory. That is when you know that person is not after you for the right reasons. And dealing with them is going to cause mad mental health issues into your life. Now, people are saying, like, why Blueface over here chilling with a 19-year-old, whatever. He like, bro, this is business, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm a YN, this and that and the third, you feel me? But the reason why people are feeling suspect about it, because they know his nature. You know, they know a male's nature. And on top of that, he has a track record of dealing with unstable women. And then also him feeding into it by genuinely not trying to get these women help. And on top of his character, of his caliber, of what women he deal with and how he view women. So that's why they're looking at it like, why is this 19-year-old girl with this guy, Blueface? People are really depicting his character, and then they're seeing somebody so fresh and so young dealing with somebody who has a track record of abuse. He been to jail, different types of stuff. So people may say that he is genuinely a bad influence, business or not. People may say that he's genuinely a bad influence. What is he doing with these young girls, as they know he has a lot of women? So that's his track record. That's why people are viewing him that way. That's why people are feeling suspect about him being with somebody that's 19 years old. And when he say it's just business, they're thinking, oh no, we know his character. He has a lot of women. And overall, it's just logical sense that people are thinking like, you feel me? And then you see these younger women, like per se Samaya, all these little young women coming up in the music industry and overall in the industry as well, starting to link up with older men, be around older women who are not good influences. They have a track record of trafficking people or possibly doing something strange for a piece of change. And it's not like we gonna shame them for if they are into the workings of being a content creator for the adult industry. Okay, we're not shaming that, we're not talking about that, but we're doing a deep dive on their character, how they have treated women amongst their career, and why people are viewing them as such. So a lot of these girls are thinking like they come from broken homes, so they thinking like, wow, like finally somebody's paying me attention. Wow, this woman is giving me this career, this brand deal or whatever. But what's the hidden agenda? Because it has nothing to do with the age. It has everything to do with the intent. Why are you seeking out for me? Because I know they don't know that they're actually the light. They actually the ones that these celebrities or, you know, these older people are seeking out for, because it's something that they want. But is that want going to be detrimental to that young person in the end? Or are they actually coming to be a mentor or actually help you out? That's what you have to differentiate. That's why I say, read the souls of people. Read the inner soul of that person, because you are young. You may think you know it all. You may think you know everything. But sometimes people got to go through it just to understand. But if I could be the one to kind of get y'all to see what I'm putting down, then I shall do that. And then sometimes you see that these younger men or girls are literally doing things for clout. So a lot of the times they just going off of how they are viewed as to older crowds or to people now, because they never had validation growing up, that they're not trying to see that it's a trap. All gifts ain't good gifts. All money ain't good money. Make the money, don't let it make you. Players Club. You feel me? Make the money, don't let it make you. And a lot of times they don't have real, right, genuine people around them that's telling them the game. A lot of the time, these celebrities, these girls, these women that's in the industry and stuff like that, a lot of this time they're just looking for some fresh new faces to infiltrate and compromise for their brand, for their own well-being, because they're making money out of it. A lot of the time, they be working amongst people to trap your ass.